Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Jeeves here, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge. Decomposing figuratively and literally all of your suggestions here. But today, on a Throwback Thursday, it's been a while since I've done an actual Throwback Thursday. I wanted to celebrate the artistry, the life, and everything that he put in together with his fellow musicians of ZZ Top, Mr. Dusty Hill. Of course, I know the song that we're going to do is Tush. I put out on my community tab what are the top songs I should do. There's so many great songs. I figured I did get a few people who wanted Tush, and I figured for myself, I know that this represented my very first super impact of Dusty's vocal performance and stuff on this song Tush. So I decided to do this. I will definitely be coming back and doing more ZZ Top. And so I want to thank you guys for your suggestions. Let's get right into this. You know, really quick, the unique thing is that when there's a shift in the universe like this, when a musician or a band member, an artist passes, it does affect our soundtrack of life, because we go into this place of comfort knowing that more is to come, which I'm sure more is to come from ZZ Top, hopefully, or maybe not. I don't know if any. I haven't really followed up on what's going to happen, but now it does kind of put this kind of mortality check in your soundtrack of life. You start to go back and you reminisce. And well, I'm not going to bore you with what I used to do and jam out with this song. Maybe I will at the end, but let's just get right into it. And we'll celebrate a little bit of Dusty Hill here musically, and then maybe I'll share a funny story with you at the end. All right, let's do this. Dusty Hill, bass player of ZZ Top, here singing Tush. I was going to say Kush. Wonder why I was going to say I'm so sorry. That was messed up. Or maybe not. Maybe it was that soundtrack of life moment when I was thinking, where was I when I heard the first time? I better play this before I get myself into trouble. All right, guys. ZZ Top, Tush. All right. Sorry. Here we go. Okay, we're going to continue this in just a second, and I'll go back. I know there's never really a great time to stop in any song that you love, but one of the things I want to say about, obviously Dusty's voice, obviously totally different. He had such an incredible performance on this. The intervals in the melody is, to me, what made this really super hooky. Well, whatever, that whole performance, that up and down in the intervals of the melody, is what made it very memorable. And along with his voice, he was probably one of the very first vocalists that I idolized as a raw rock, American rock voice that I really go, so I could feel what he's singing, through this song. Engineering wise, I want to just bring up something that was really cool to listen to, is that yes, these guitars are doubled, but if in the mix, this side is slightly hotter than this side. So in other words, yes, there's still hard left, hard right in the recording of it, but this side's slightly hotter, this one's slightly lower, but it gives you still that theater of the mind visual performance, where you usually, if you're sitting up on it, if you're looking at a stage, you have bass over here, guitar here, and drums in the middle. And that gives you that. even though there's a double guitar. At least for me, that's the sensation that I get from this and stuff. So let me go back a little bit. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the solo, if you don't mind, and we'll just kind of scooch right through it. So here we go.
I ain't asking for much. I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch.
Exhale. To continue on from my opening statement, if you would. You know, one of the things, you know, sometimes there are little things in songs that we kind of hang on as a memorable hook, as another layer. And in the second verse, when that other voice kind of holds out that, and then that voice kind of hangs out, the other one passes through, was like to me, that was like some kind of an unlock of a different zone for me. Just when I heard that, it's just, oh wow, listen to how that vocal just keep on saying, that second overdub or something just kind of keeps going on while they drift through this. Now, the super chuggy shuffle, all-American classic rock blues could not have been any more better represented by that guitar riff. The whole thing was just a freight train of classic rock. For me, you know, that's the way I felt about it. And I used to love to play this track, you know, in the summertime when I was young, and go surfing up in North LA County, an area called Zuma Beach and stuff. And it was always traffic going this way as I was going this way. And it would be great, go hang out at Station 8 and go surf and stuff. And as the sun came up and they would cook, and then all the valley people would come out and lay on the beach and stuff. Well, of course, all the girls were out there. We had a VW bus. Does that surprise you? And I would pull my bus up there, and all the girls we had out there, we thought we'd be real smart asses after we got completely lit. And then we would open it up, and I jerry-rigged this 8-track, this 8-track player in there, and I'd sit there and crank it. Me and this guy named Johnny Dye. What a perfect surfer name, right? Johnny Dye. We'd crank that when all the girls were there, and we'd be going like this, you know, because they'd be all laying out there because there'd be nothing but a whole sea of Tush. No, it's bad story, man. A lazy Susan of Tush everywhere. We're such guys at the time. What can I say? All right, well, listen, thank you so much for hanging out. Maybe if you've got a really great story that, you know, or where were you when this song came out? You know, if you were, there's a lot of young people on this channel. You may not have been around when this came out, but maybe you were there when you heard your dad play it all the time or something. You know, if you leave a little comment on that, that would be great. Anyhow, thank you very much for indulging me on this. The legacy of Dusty Hill now begins. And forever in our Soundtracks of Life, if you're a ZZ Top fan, you're always going to get a great big smile every time you hear the song or any one of their songs because of the overall contribution to our Soundtracks of Life. All right, guys, take care. Aloha.
All right.